Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're joined with Watson as we pick my August TBR. Before we get to picking, we're going to go through how successful my July TBR was. I technically started all 6 books, including these 2 that are still on the cart, The Geo Magician and Northanger Abbey. When I started them, wasn't in the mood for it and didn't feel like forcing myself to read. And then out of the other 4, I read 3 of them and started 1 and DNF'd it because I, again, was bored and didn't want to force anything. So let's get to picking this month's prompts. And we're gonna pick 6. Okay, prompt number 1 is a book by one of my favorite authors. What do I have on here? Would count as a favorite author. Sounds Like Love, because I've liked both of Ashley Poston's books that I've read. And I would say I've liked both of what I've read by Sarah Beth Durst. From the top shelf is a lot of new to me authors. Yeah, we're gonna go with these 2. So, Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. This is a special edition, so it doesn't have like description on the back, but I believe it's about 2 people who are connected by like a song in their head or like trying to record it or something. And then we have The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. This is the companion book to The Spell Shop. This one is about Turlu Purna, who broke the law because she was lonely. She cast a spell and created a sentient spider plant. As punishment, she was turned into a wooden statue and hidden away. This should have been the end of her story, yet one day Turlu wakes in the cold of winter on a nearly deserted island full of hundreds of magical greenhouses and just one single human, a grumpy gardener. To her surprise, he offers her a warm refuge even though it's temporary. But Turlu doesn't want to leave, and as she grows closer with the unwittingly charming gardener, Yarrow, she learns that the magic that sustains the greenhouses is failing. Unable to stand by even if it means breaking the law again, Turlu must unravel the secrets of a long-dead sorcerer to save the island and have a fresh chance at love. I've had this one for a while, so I kind of feel like I should pick that, but this one sounds more interesting. We're gonna go with this one, and if this can fit another prompt, we'll put it on. Okay, prompt number 2. A pink cover. I think this is all I have that has pink to it. That or at least is on the front of the card, which is the ones I want to be more. So we're going with Sounds Like Love, because it has pink in it. So that was easy. Got the other book we wanted. Okay. Prompt number 3. 5-star prediction. I feel like the Very Secret Society of Regular Witches would go on there. I'm trying to think of what else. If It Makes You Happy, but I want to save that for later, closer to fall. I think I gave the first book in this series also 5 stars, so maybe The Hemlock Queen. I gave this one, but I need to do a reread, so I don't know if I want to put that on the TBR. And then I've heard really good things about The Second Death of Law, so I think I'll put this as a maybe. I'll read the back of this one. Love, Loyalty, Sacrifice. Gray Flynn has dedicated her life to her mage Kier. She will be his blade on the battlefield, his healer and protector. A deep well of raw power inside her is Kier's to wield. They are bound together by blood and magic, but there is one truth Grey dare not reveal, not even to Kier. When a quest to protect a child of an enemy kingdom pulls them into a dangerous mission, Grey will need to decide what she's willing to sacrifice to protect her secret, for Grey is no ordinary magical will, and if she dies, all magic dies with her. So that does sound really good. And then I just want to refresh my memory. I can't tell you what this one is about, but I'm going to refresh my memory on what happened in the series since it's been a few months. I think I feel this one less than the second Death of Locke. So let's see about the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I gave a Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeepers. I think that's how the title goes. 5 stars, so I have high hopes for this one. As one of the few witches in Britain, Mika Moon knows she has to hide her magic, keep her head down, and stay away from other witches so their powers don't mingle and draw attention. And as an orphan who lost her parents at a young age and was raised by strangers, she's used to being alone, and she follows the rules with one exception, an online account where she posts videos pretending to be a witch. She thinks no one will take it seriously, but someone does. An unexpected message arrives, begging her to travel to the remote and mysterious Nowhere House to teach 3 young witches how to control their magic. It breaks all the rules, but Mika goes anyway, and is immediately tangled up in the lives and secrets of not only her 3 charges, but also an absent archaeologist, a retired actor, 2 long-suffering caretakers, and Jamie, a handsome and prickly librarian of Nowhere House who would do anything to protect the children, and as far as he's concerned, a stranger like Mika is a threat, an irritatingly appealing threat. As Mika begins to find her place at Nowhere House, the thought of belonging somewhere feels like a real possibility, but magic isn't the only danger in the world, and when peril comes knocking at their door, Mika will need to decide whether to risk everything to protect a found family she didn't know she was looking for. I think I'm going to go with this one. Oh, these 2 can go back on the cart. Okay, so prompt number 4. Ooh, this one's really folded. Complete/make progress in a series. This would, like, do we have to do read? I don't know if I want to pick that one. This would make progress in a series, and I'm going to add another romance to the list. This would and this one. So this is Sky Shade Books 3 in the Lightlark series. I'm just going to read the back and see if I want to do it, because I can't tell you what it's about. I can tell you what the series is about, which is there's like different kingdoms that make up the bigger kingdom of Lightlark, and they're kind of all islands, and every 100 years there's a thing called the Centennial where they fight, and there's like they're trying to break a curse, and so this is the continuation of how the Centennial went. So this one sounds compelling. And then we have Coldplay by Juno Black. This is a little mystery series that I started a while ago. So it's autumn in Shady Hollow, and residents are looking forward to a harvest feast. But then a rabbit discovers a grisly crop, the bones of a moose. Soon the owner of Joe's Mug is pulled from the coffee shop and questioned by the police about the night his wife walked out of his life and Shady Hollow forever. Seems like an open and shut case, but dogged reporter Vera Vixen doesn't believe Gentle Joe is a killer. She'll do anything to prove his innocence, even if it means digging into secrets her neighbors would rather leave in the grave. I think this one sounds more compelling, even though it's fall, but I'm kind of in a fall mood, so leaning towards that one. Wasn't that interesting when I picked this last time. And then we have The Defender by Anna Wong. He has to play by the rules, but for her, he'd break them all. As the captain of Black Castle Football Club and one of the highest paid athletes in the game, Vincent Dubois should be on top of the world, but when his fame brings danger to his doorstep, he finds himself in a nightmare scenario, sharing a flat with his coach's daughter, knowing full well she's far too big a temptation for him to resist. When his new living arrangements escalate into a bet that throws them even closer together, he realizes he's in deeper trouble than he thought. He always played to win, but for her, he might just risk it all. As a sports nutritionist and the daughter of a legendary coach, Brooklyn Armstrong is used to dealing with hotshot athletes. However, no player gets under her skin like Vincent. Her best friend's infuriatingly cocky and gorgeous brother. She left California hoping for a fresh start, and he's the kind of distraction she doesn't need. Now he's sleeping in the room next to hers while her career is up in the air and her defenses are crumbling. But no matter how many sparks fly between them, relationship between the captain and the coach's daughter could never work, could it? So I think I'm between that and Coldplay, so let me put that the other two real fast. Okay, I'm gonna read the opening to both. Okay, for Coldplay. As might be expected from its name, the village of Shady Hollow is nestled deep in the woods, covering a wide valley between two mountains. And for the Defender, in my defense, the pub didn't have an explicit no miniature pigs rule. Oh, we're going with this one. Maybe we'll fit Coldplay into something else. Did I lose a prompt I pulled? I have 3 here. I have 4 books. Oh, we'll find out where it went later. So prompt number 5. Let's go with this one. Read a fantasy. Once in Future Witches is something I'm interested in, but I already have a witch book, so maybe not that one. Second Death of Locke. I don't have a hardcover, so let's do The Winged Game. And maybe The Game's God's Play. Okay, so The Game God's Play by Abigail Owen. This one is about the gods love to play with us mere mortals, and every 100 years we let them. I have never been favored by the gods, far from it, thanks to Zeus. Living as a cursed office clerk for the Order of Thieves, I just keep my head down and hope the capricious beings who rule from Olympus won't notice me. Not an easy feat, given San Francisco is Zeus's patron city, but I make do, I survive, until the night I tangle with a different god. The worst god, Hades. For the first time ever, the ruthless mercurial king of the underworld has entered the crucible. The deadly contest the gods hold to determine a new ruler to sit on the throne of Olympus, but instead of fighting their own battles, the gods name mortals to compete in their stead. So why in the underworld did Hades choose me, a sarcastic nobody with a curse on her shoulders, as his champion? And why does my heart trip every time he says I'm his? I don't know if I'm a pawn, bait, or something else entirely to this dangerously tempting god. How can I when he has more secrets than stars in the sky? Because Hades is playing by his own rules, and death will win at any cost. What do you think of that, Watson? Does that sound good? Okay, then we have The Winged Game. Know thy enemy, Thaisa? Thaisa? I don't know how to say it. Cho most certainly does. Once her rival with Keon Locke was established, it was impossible not to learn more. Their names were paired together for years in magazines and tabloids and commentaries on social media. At one point, their known rivalry was so intense that when one thought of Thaisa, mention of Keon soon followed. It began at that gala, but burst into flames when she broke the first of his national carry Witchet League records. And then another, and then another. He'd been great once and so had she, but now they're standing off in her garden. One disgraced and hated, the other the absolute laughingstock of the NCL. Both very inclined to murder. I think I feel the game's gods play a little bit more than that. And then we have The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovellino. Love, loyalty, sacrifice. Gray Flynn has dedicated her life to her mage Kier. She will be his blade on the battlefield, his healer and protector. The deep well of raw power inside her is Kier's to wield. They are bound together by blood and magic, but there is one truth Gray dare not reveal, not even to Kier. When a quest to protect the child of an enemy kingdom pulls them into a dangerous mission, Gray will need to decide what she's willing to sacrifice to protect her secret. For Gray is no ordinary magical well, and if she dies, all magic dies with her. I think I want to do this one. I also kind of want a hardback. We'll do the first 2 lines of that in the game's gods play. Okay, so Second Death of Locke opens with... It was raining again in Mercator as Gray stalked across the encampment towards the command tent. Okay. It's not bad. Oh, wow. Fuck the gods. I got so close, so damn close to finally reaching my goal, finally seeing my curse broken, and maybe, just maybe, finally feeling the love of the one man I long for. This one sounds more interesting, so we're gonna go with this one. Okay, so that's 5. We need 1 more. Prettiest cover. See, I feel like it's this one, but I don't want to do that again because I wasn't feeling it. I just kind of don't want to pick by a cover, so I think I'm going to skip this prompt. Let's see what this other one was that was at the top. Person on the cover. Okay. Okay, that kind of has one. I don't want to do that. No. I think this just has a raven. What does this have? No. Is the children? No. Oh, yeah, it does have 2 little people, so that's a maybe. Makes you happy. I know that one does, but I want to say that Weather Girl has people. Second Death of Locke has a person. Is One Dark Window? Yes. I don't really want any of these that have people on the cover. There. Okay, so we'll go with those 4. So, One Dark Window by Rachel Gilk. I have a lot of fantasy, I feel like. 1, 2, 3. Maybe not this one. But this one's about Elspeth Spindle, who needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mislocked kingdom of blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a drastic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure blunder of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in blunder, and guilty of high treason. Not really feeling that one. I know we liked this one when we just read it, so this one's a maybe. Just not sure if I want to add a fourth fantasy to the list. Okay, Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. A TV meteorologist and a sports reporter scheme to reunite their divorced bosses with unforecasted results in this electrifying romance. Ari Abrams has always been fascinated by the weather, and she loves almost everything about her job as a TV meteorologist. Her boss, legendary Seattle weatherwoman Torrance Hale, is too distracted by her tempestuous relationship with her ex-husband, the station's news director, to give Ari the mentorship she wants. Ari, who runs on sunshine and optimism, is at her wit's end. The only person who seems to understand how she feels is sweet but reserved sports reporter Russell Barringer. In the aftermath of a disastrous holiday party, Ari and Russell decide to team up to solve their boss's relationship issues. Between secret gifts and double dates, they start nudging their bosses back together, but their well-meaning meddling backfires when the real chemistry builds between Ari and Russell. Working closely with Russell means allowing him to get to know parts of herself that Ari keeps hidden from everyone. Will he be able to embrace her dark clouds as well as her clear skies? That sounds really good. And then we have by Melissa Albert, The Children. Guinevere Sharp has two childhoods. In one, she and her brother Ennis live in the wooded shadow of their family's isolated Vermont farmhouse. In the other, the pages of their mother's world-famous Ninth City books of their magical adventures had made them household names. In reality, Guinevere's childhood isn't the enchanted idyll her mother's readers imagine. She and Ennis are growing up near feral, unwashed, and underfed, escaping each day to the wild woods they've made their playland. As Edith Sharp's books explode into epic popularity, the threats of a rural childhood give way to the escalating perils of fame until the night it all goes up in flame, leaving Edith's series unfinished and her children the sole survivors. Not really feeling that one. Let's just see how Weather Girl starts, because I remember how the Second Death of Locke starts. There's something especially lovely about an overcast day. We have two romances. I think we're gonna go with this one. And then maybe if we can get to it in the month, we'll do a Second Death of Locke. So let me reorganize the cart, and then we'll put the books on the top and go over what was for what. Okay, so going over our prompts for 5-star prediction, we went with The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. For a pink cover, we went with Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. Read a Fantasy was, I think, The Games Gods Play. Complete/make progress in a series was The Defender by Anna Long. And then a book by one of your favorite authors was The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. And the prompt we just had, which I seem to have lost, was for Weather Girl, which is person on the cover by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Okay. And I wasn't sure if this book was going to fit, so it's just going to go back in. Perfect. Those are our picks for August, so we'll see how it goes if I get to all of them. Alright, have a good day. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon with a July reading wrap up. Bye.